Who should buy land and who should wait? Land is a very powerful investment, but it's not for everyone at every season. Part one is that I'm going to list out who should buy land, or who is eligible to buy land, and then we'll also look at who should wait, who shouldn't buy land now. So you just judge for yourself the position you are in, but I'm quite sure that you're amongst the people who should buy land. But if you're amongst those who shouldn't, take your time, be patient. You are not under pressure. Take your time. When the right time comes, definitely you're going to invest in land and in real estate. Number one, who should buy land? Anyone who has a stable income and has savings. If you have a stable income and you have savings, then you are up for real estate investment. Okay? If you have savings of, let's say, 10 million to 20 million, you have savings of, say, $15,000 to $25,000, you can buy, let's say, 3,000 to 4,000 square meters of land. You key down and then you keep adding and keep adding. Now, if you have, let's say, 3 million francs, you can buy one plot of 400 meters. If you have 8 million or 7 to 8 million, you can buy 800 meters square. But I always advise our investors never to buy one plot of land. Always buy two, especially if you are buying for investment purposes, so that when the value of your property increases, you will not regret. Okay, you will be able to, sell one plot, use part of the money, develop the other, use the other part to buy a new location. The second set of category of people who should buy land is if you plan to build long-term wealth and preserve your capital. If you plan to build long-term wealth and preserve your capital, you should consider buying land right now, because real estate and land in itself serves as a vehicle of wealth creation and wealth retention and wealth transfer. The third category of people who should buy land is if you're a Cameroonian abroad looking to come back home one day, you should consider investing in land or real estate, so that when you come home, you not regret not investing your hard-earned money. You come back and have a legacy to show for, have something to show for, that all the years you've been out, this is what you've been able to achieve. These are the lands, the hectares of land you've been able to buy. The fourth category of people who should buy land is if you're a high net worth individual or you're a politician, you should consider buying land. Now, I'm not just giving you this advice as a politician or as a high net worth individual. In fact, or as a person who has a high position, you are a CEO, you are a managing director, you are a head of business intelligence, you are a manager in a big organization. The reason why I'm telling you this is because while you invest in yourself and invest in others, consider investing too in real estate. The reason is because you are not going to be at that position for a very long time. There's this tendency that comes when you are in position of power. You think that you are going to remain there for the longest time ever. You think that you're going to stay there and you're even going to, God forbid, but you're going to pass away in that position, which is not obviously so. If you fall sick, God forbid, you're going to live there. If you have another opportunity to work somewhere that's a better offer, you're going to leave that position. Okay, if you have an opportunity to travel out, you're going to leave that. In fact, there are many circumstances, many things that can cause you to leave the position where you are right now. A lot of things, which we're not praying that should happen. That's if you truly like the place and it's comfortable for you. But consider investing in land, consider buying land, right? Because real estate is the only real investment that you can ever have. It's something that when you leave that position, you can come back to and say, okay, now that I've left this position, I can sell or have a hectare here, I can sell an acre here, use the money to start a business, to take travel, to build connections and stuff like that, to build more connections, build more partnerships. Okay, so these are the four. If you're amongst these four categories of people I've listed, then you are eligible to buy a land or to start investing in land. Now, who should wait? Number one, if you are using urgent money for rent, fees, and health or survival, please do not buy land. You are not under any pressure to invest in real estate. If the money you have is for the rent of your rent of your house, school fees for your children, health, emergency money you need to use to survive, please do not invest in real estate yet. Be patient, save up. When it's right, when the time is right, you will be able to invest. Number two, if you don't understand documentation or location, please do not invest. Do not buy land. If you don't have a real estate professional, real estate consultant to guide you, you don't have a professional property lawyer, you don't have a licensed surveyor, there's no credible real estate company you are buying from, do not invest your hard-earned money, please. Do not. Okay? Number three, if you are only buying because someone is pressuring you, I've always said that cheap land doesn't mean good land, or cheap doesn't always mean a good deal. So the fact that a land is too cheap does not mean that it's a good deal. So if somebody is pressuring you, stay true to your instinct. If you truly have that prompting to invest, right? You invest, you do your due diligence, check the person that's selling to you, check the real estate company, the person behind the brand. How long have they been in business? Have they sold to other people before? How many people have they sold to? How many estates have they developed? If you see that they have a track record of integrity, of doing whatever they say they will do, then you can go ahead and buy. But if somebody just pressuring you out of the blue for nothing, please do not buy. All right. And number four, if you don't have purpose of buying, so because your friend is buying and you have some money saved up somewhere, you just say, oh, because my friend's buying, let me just buy. Please don't. Don't. You know why? Because when you buy that property, you at the beginning, you did not take into consideration the cost of documentation. You did not take into consideration the cost of fencing that property. So when you buy the property and they start telling you, bring this extra money to take care of this or that, you will not be, even if you have the money, you feel reluctant because you'll be like, why didn't they tell you at the beginning? It's because you did not do a need analysis, right? You did not have a goal. You do not have a purpose for why you are buying. And that's how you abandon the land like that. And most people who buy like this usually buy 1 or 2 plots of land. Just 1 or 2 plots, at most 3 or 4. And they abandon the properties like that. So if you don't have a purpose for buying that property, please do not buy. I hope in this video you've been able to learn or know who should buy a land and who should wait. In our next video, I'm going to be showing you why cheap land can be dangerous in Cameroon, why buying cheap land, or how you should, the precautions or things you should take into consideration before buying a land that is, in quote, considerable, very, very cheap, right? If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section. If you want to reach out to us, our numbers are on the screen. You can call us or send us a message on WhatsApp for any inquiries, for us to discuss your budget, or if you want to invest in real estate for free consultation, you want us to discuss your plans, you can reach out to us. In the meantime, enjoy yourself, enjoy your day, and see you on the next one.